What's up, guys? In today's video I'll go over how I finally finished up the conversion on this quad. Oh, there we go. Put in a massive motor. It ended up going real fast, and yeah, it's really good one. So check it out from start to finish, putting in the new motor, new battery, controller, programming it, and getting it going. Here is where I am so far with figuring out the conversion here. So the original plan was to have the motor sitting right here, battery sitting over here. Then I realized that by just taking the support that used to be attached right over here and just cutting it, then pulling it forward, maybe putting a plate on here, welding it to that, then I would be able to fit the motor back here and free up this whole space just to for the battery. That way I can have the battery sitting this way instead of across. The one issue I found that I would have either way is if you look at the alignment of where the motor is sitting right now, see how it's sitting way out that way? The reason for that is that this specific motor has this gear reduction box, which takes up this much space, right? So because of that, the motor is so long that I have to shove it over that way. So I'm using this level as a straight edge right now, and you can see even where it is right now when it's flush in the back there, it's pretty much good in the front, but that is the amount of offset that I'll need. So seeing from the top, that's a lot. So not ideal, but I'll have to do some welding underneath, create a support, and then just try not to get my leg on this hot motor sticking out. This has gone really well. So I welded on those two plates underneath. Then I welded the cradle for the motor itself. As you can see here, welded that on there. Don't look too closely at my welds because I'm not a good welder. Got it all lined up so that when its motor is all the way over this way, as you can see from back here, it is way offset. But then it is in line with the chain, and it is perfectly in line. So yeah, this turns just fine. And it's still a little bit of slack. I don't want it too tight. We might have to, once they get some more slack in there, might have to put a slack adjuster in. But for right now, this looks like a very good initial setup. I have a temporary setup here. Still waiting for my battery, so I just hooked up one of my Greenworks batteries just so that I would be able to turn it on. Mounted a display, built a display holder out of some sheet metal. Didn't record any part of it, and figured you guys would just have to, I would explain what I did. However, when I turned the key on, I saw that, hey, you guys get to be a part of me making another one, because check this out. It is very much upside down. So I have to make another one, and I will document that one. Here's the bracket that I had built to hold the display, but it was upside down. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it right here, flip it upside down, this piece, and then just trace it, cut it out again. There we go, flipped it and reversed it. So this should be a pretty good template right here. Cut that out, and then hopefully this one will be, well, not upside down. Here I am working on a mock-up of a tank looking structure. So I got some Amazon boxes that have bent or put underneath the controller, and just kind of marked off where they intersect the seats, and drawn some line from the top of the seat here, or yeah, top of the seat over to a corner of a brace right here. Doing the same on the other side. So I'll cut that off, try to get a flat cover on top, maybe that I can pivot up to gain access to the things inside, and then fill in that front area here as well. I took my template and put it on some sheet metal, traced it out, and then cut it with this one. It's a new tool to my collection, and it was really good. So anyway, I also wrote where I was going to bend, so I didn't cut those. It says don't cut there. So this is going to bend up. This is basically this is half of one. So now I need another sheet metal so that I can have the other half. Things are moving along. I have now connected some of the wires, put them in through the tank here. The tank still needs a lot of grinding. I don't know how to weld, so I require a lot of grinding to get all this shit off. But it is currently open in the back, so I can put all this, like the controller, all that stuff will be in there. Plan is to have it all in the back. Then right here, have a big computer fan to suck air from those openings in the front there across the electronics, and then out the back. I gotta recrimp these wires, make them a little shorter so that they don't take up too much space in there. Other than that, making a battery tray right here. So went to Home Depot, got some angle iron, got this. So I figured I'll just cut a little tab here, measure down to the side, cut out a 90, bend it, then weld across, then go down the length of the battery, cut another 45, bend it. Do that so that I will cover 3 sides of the battery, and I can have the 4th side open for tilting the battery in and out, because I don't think I'll be able to get it in and out if I have a complete box on the bottom. So yeah, that's the plan. Wish me luck. I went ahead and decided to make the tray one complete piece instead of having it open on this side. And what I'm thinking about doing now is to notch out this reinforcement right here so that this tray will be a part of the frame itself. So I'm going to cut out a section here like that, and then do the same on the other side, lowering the tray, which will allow me to have more space and more easily can take it in and out. Just got to make sure that I get the rigidity of the frame back so that it's still as strong as it was. Check it out. It fit. I can tilt it in as long as I have the batteries cables in the front, because this slides down, so when those connectors are back here, it was too tight. So now I'm going to weld the tray in place. All right, y'all. Here's what I have so far. Wiring is pretty much done. This is a board I just put it on just to kind of line things up. This is all going to fit inside of the fake tank. Here is the battery connector. The positive goes to a 200 amp circuit breaker, then goes from there into some DIN switches here, or just battery connectors or wire connectors. Then comes just through here, out the other side, up into the positive on the Fardriver. The negative side goes just straight to the Fardriver. Also connected to the Fardriver, these skinnier wires that come off of the wiring harness. I believe they go to the key switch. Then we have the motor itself, color coordinated here, along with the Hall sensor, which, where is it? It's the biggest thing, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. Right in here. Here, that's the Hall sensor. So when I first had it all wired up, I had the battery in there, lined up, turn it on. The screen turned on, but I had no beeping from the Fardriver. It should make a beep. Well, luckily, this excellent customer service through the guys I purchased it from, I'll put the links below. And they looked over my wiring and saw that I had connected everything up except for this thing called the E-key lock, which is this one. So it was yellow coming out of the wiring harness and orange from the connector that goes to the Fardriver. And those are supposed to be connected. I thought maybe that was an electronic lock, like as if I had a remote control or something, like beep beep. But it's not. They have to be connected in addition to the key lock. So once I did that, then everything fired up, and then I could do the programming. Let's take this thing for a spin. Switch over to second. And forward. Very good. You hear a little bit of a rattle. That is just my hitch that on the back. Taking that hitch off. That's a wrap up. The quad is going really well. I ended up putting a winch up on front here from Harbor Freight. It works well. I actually got to use it the first week. Over here I ended up putting in a different type of chain tensioner, and the other ones were just not strong enough for the amount of torque that I put on this one. Got a seat cover on it. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Anyway, hope you liked the build. It looks like someone on Meth built it. I swear I'm not on Meth, but you know, that's what we got. The kids are having a lot of fun. I'm having a lot of fun. I highly recommend trying something similar. If you have any questions or comments, please put them below. If not, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.